Welcome back to Everyday Eats with Michelle. Now I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video. Had some family stuff going on that was a little bit more important than YouTube, but we are back now. Just in time for the Super Bowl with a fantastic 4-ingredient appetizer that is absolutely flavorful, tasty. Everyone is gonna love this. Let's get started. First, you'll need 8 ounces of goat cheese in a microwave-safe bowl. Heat that up for about 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds until your goat cheese is kind of squishy. Okay, you know how goat cheese is in the fridge. Crumbles when you try to break it apart. You want it a little bit more mixable. That's why we're gonna add a little bit of heat to it. Now I've got some olives. My can was about 4.5 ounces. Sliced olives, you buy the whole olives either way, it doesn't matter. Because we're gonna take about half of that and chop those up finely into small pieces. I don't wanna overwhelm my little baby peppers with big giant chunks of olives. So I'm gonna add about half of that to my goat cheese. I don't want to have too many olives in there. I want a nice ratio of goat cheese to olive. We'll get that stirred up and see where we are. Looks like I definitely need a little bit more olive action going on in my goat cheese. So I'm going to add the rest of it in. So all told, I've got about 2 ounces, maybe a little bit more, of finely chopped olives going into 8 ounces of goat cheese. Perfect. We'll get that stirred up. This is looking pretty good. I'm looking like I'm kind of happy with the ratio of goat cheese to olives. This is looking really good. All right, next step, a little bit of lemon zest. Probably about half a lemon will do. Right down into our olive and goat cheese mixture. It's gonna add a nice brightness, a nice wake-up flavor to your filling. We'll get that stirred up. You always should stir after every time you add a new ingredient. Give it a little stir, get it all incorporated. And then the next step, we've got the zest. Now we're going to add in a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to take half a lemon and I'm going to squeeze most of that into my filling. You can either squeeze it into a bowl, trap all the seeds that way, or you can squeeze it into your hand like I'm doing here. Chances are pretty good you'll catch the seeds before they end up hitting your filling. All right, so we'll get the lemon juice in there, give it a stir. This is going to add a nice acidity. Along with that lemon zest, now we have the juice. It's going to wake up the flavor of our filling. Let's give it a taste, see where we are, see if we need to tweak anything a little bit. I think a little bit more lemon juice. I've got the tanginess of the goat cheese, the brininess of the olives. I want a little more brightness from the lemon juice, so I'm going to squeeze a little bit more, and so probably will use the whole half of my lemon here. Notice how I got seeds in my hand? They didn't go in my filling. Make sure you get no seeds, okay? We'll stir that up. Our filling's ready to go. Now it's time to take care of those peppers. I've got some mini sweet bell peppers. Sometimes they come in a multicolor pack. These all happen to be red. Doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the tops off, and then we're going to cut them in half to make these nice, cute little boats. Perfect way to serve our filling. Nice bite-sized pieces. All right, so we're going to slice off the top. Mine are seedless. You may not find seedless. That's okay. If you got seeds, just scrape them out. Slice them in half. And then you see this like yellowish flesh, perfectly edible, will not harm the dish in any way. I like to cut it out. I just like a cleaner look. You can if you want to. You don't have to. And by all means, don't do it the way I'm doing it here. I think Chris is probably going to kill me when he sees this video because, you know, I do run the risk of slicing a finger off. Wouldn't be the first time. So, you know, cut away from you if you choose to. Take out that little fleshy part of the inside of your pepper. Don't cut towards you. All right, I'm gonna continue cutting these, kind of boring, so see you on the other side. All right, so our pepper boats all ready to go, sliced up, cleaned up, look absolutely gorgeous. Now it's gonna be time to add in that beautiful goat cheese and olive filling. I just usually take a little spoon and just kind of squish it down in. That is a technical term, squish. Squish it down into your boats, make sure they are fully filled. But don't overfill them. And the reason why I say that is because if you overfill them, we all know that cheese, as it heats up, gets all bubbly and melty. These peppers, as you can see, don't always stand up 100% straight. They kind of slide over a little bit to the side. Well, when they lean over to the side like that and the cheese gets melty, the cheese is going to slide right out of your pepper sometimes. We don't want that. We want that cheesy mixture contained inside my pepper for a beautiful little bite. So we're going to keep filling up our peppers. I'm going to clean up the edges. It's definitely a messy process. Like, you're not going to avoid getting some goat cheese on the outside. Clean them up after you get them all done. And there they are. I've cleaned up my edges. They look gorgeous. They're not overfilled. Some of them might be questionable. 350-degree oven, 15 to 17 minutes, until they are all nice and softened. The peppers are softened. The cheese has gotten a little bit melty. You've got some color going on as well. You don't have to do this. You can eat them raw. They're perfectly tasty that way as well. If you do heat them up, however, as you can see, I overfilled this one a tiny little bit and my cheese is kind of sliding out the top there. Not the end of the world, but harder to eat a little bit for your guests. Final step, a little bit of lemon zest grated right over the top and you have the absolute perfect bite-sized appetizer for your football Sunday party, Super Bowl party, or any other time you need an appetizer. Maybe you just want a snack. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.